What's up, guys? SAG here, and welcome to another episode of NBA Spread Talk. We're doing it for October 25th, and I've been gone for the last few days. I've been really busy. Usually, I won't do this. Usually, I'm only going to take a day or two off in the week, but this week, I just got really busy where I didn't have enough of the time to make the videos. But on my Instagram and Twitter, I was posting picks. Instagram posted all my picks, and Twitter posted my money picks. So, let's just say, guys, this weekend wasn't very good, to say the least, at least for the money picks. I mean, Friday was a horrible night. We go 3-0, and then we went 0-3. It was just a horrible night. The Pistons didn't get it done. The Pacers couldn't get it done, and the Timberwolves couldn't get it done either. Very, very frustrating on money picks. And then we had a decent weekend to cap it off. We went 3-2 for Saturday and Sunday. Get a win with the Kings on the Saturday night. That was the only play. Then the Portland and the Warriors were our plays. Well, Warriors against the Kings -8.5. That lost. Portland beat the Lakers. The fade Lakers train just keeps rolling, guys. You can make money just fading the Lakers, and we might do that in the future. Then another 1-1 night. So frustrating. I played a teaser. Spurs plus 14.5 and Nuggets money line. Should have just been confident in that Spurs number. I really was doubting it. And Nuggets, I thought the Nuggets were going to win. They played really well. And then Anthony Simons, he just went off. He went on a tear. It was crazy. And they ended up getting that. The Raptors did end up beating the Heat and win a revenge game. Average picks, I'm going to run it over quickly. 10-8-2. Hornets don't get the cover. Nets win and cover against Raptors. Wizards win and cover. Heat, they don't cover against Celtics. Grizzlies win and cover against Houston. Hawks win and cover against the Magic. Trailblazers plus the 4, they outright win against the Suns. 76ers outright lose. Raptors push, lost by 3. Celtics won by 6 against Orlando, push. Pistons lost outright against the Pacers. Nuggets played a horrible game and almost lost, but they beat the Thunder. Utah the next day. Utah they didn't just cover; they won that game against Minnesota. Against New Orleans. Minnesota gets the win in the cover against OKC. Later on, SGA got ruled out. Atlanta doesn't get the cover again, and they lost against the Hornets. Houston gets the cover against. And wins the game outright against Utah the next day. Chicago ended up beating Boston. Not only gets the cover, they get the win. Brooklyn loses to Memphis. The Spurs, they don't just cover, they win the game outright, and the Pacers couldn't cover against Philly. That's my average picks right there. They went 10-8-2. Now the avoid picks. 5-2. I mean, goodness, my avoid picks. It seems like they're just cashing. I mean, we're cashing in general. I have a pretty good record overall, but avoid picks are cashing out. Nuggets, they get win and cover against the Warriors. Mavericks get the win and the cover. Bucks blow out the Rockets, get the cover. Phoenix wins the game outright against the Clippers. They played really well. Washington does not get the cover in the game. I believe it was against Cleveland. Cleveland wins by 10 in overtime. Probably could have been a cover. Knicks get the win and the cover against the Magic. And the Nuggets, again, they already just lost. I mean, I was more confident with them in the money line rather than -5, and they just lost the game outright. So, money picks, they're 54%, 7-6-1. Average picks are 60%, 15-10-2. And avoid picks are 7-3, 70%. Pulls me to 29-19-3 with 60% clip rate. So, guys, we got a few games on this Tuesday. Let me just pull this up quickly. Again, I'm not going to really read that many spread stats to you. We got to get a few games in. Let's get the 6 or 7 games let's get one more week down before I start pulling out spread stats for the season. Shoot, this is not the one. I'm trying to pull it up. I must have misnamed it. I gotta take a look, guys. Just give me 1 second. Oh yeah, okay. I just misnamed it. We got 4 games on the docket tonight. We got the first. Actually, I'm gonna do the first game. Let's just get started. First game, we got the Washington Wizards at home against the Detroit Pistons. Pistons plus 5.5. Last game for the Pistons, they did not play well against Indiana. They started off the game really well, then tailed off late. Their defense outright is playing bad. The Pacers just went off on these guys. Mathurin had a field day. and they're just not playing good. They lost a back-to-back on the road. They're 5.5-point underdogs. The Wizards, they ended up losing against Cleveland. They played pretty well that game, though. I got to give them credit. They probably should have got a cover. I mean, if they lose by 1 before overtime, they get the cover, but they didn't in that game. Injury-wise, Alec Burks and Marvin Bagley are still out. Corey Kispert for the Wizards, so nothing new. Buddy Boeheim is in the G League now on assignment. Now for this one, I kind of like the Pistons to cover here. I was really thinking this one hard. I'm like, man, the Pistons, they're not playing well on the road. They can't cover anything. They're playing horrible defensively. But at the same time, Washington doesn't have the tools to expose the Pistons switch defense. Kristaps doesn't have a post game that's that good. They don't have the paint defense that's that good. They give up a lot of points. They give up a lot of offensive rebounds. This could be a really good team for the Pistons to match up against to play a close one here. So here, guys, we can't let our emotions get the best of us. This Pistons team is due for a close one on the road to keep the game close. I think this is the game. They're going to have a lot of energy. Cade started to look a lot better against the Pacers. Guys, I like the Pistons to cover here, plus 5.5 as an average pick. Next up, we have the Mavericks, who are 4.5-point favorites against the Pelicans. This is one of the primetime games. Now, for the Mavericks, they came off a huge win against Memphis. I believe it was on Saturday, and they've had some extra days rest. They balled out. Luka had an amazing game. Christian Wood looks like the real deal. He looks absolutely fantastic. And they blew Memphis out of the water. Dallas really got up for that game. And for the Pelicans, they ended up losing to the Utah Jazz on Sunday night. Tough loss. And they have 2 huge injuries that we're going to talk about here. This is the big part. Brandon Ingram's out with a concussion. He's not playing this game. And Zion Williamson's questionable with the hip contusion. And if I'm looking here, guys, let's jump to this Dallas line right away because Brandon Ingram is such a key piece of New Orleans you're missing. And if Zion is out, this line jumps to probably Dallas -8, Dallas -7. You're going to see a huge increase. You can get them winning by 2 possessions here. This is a primetime game. They're going to get up for this game. And New Orleans does not have the talent. Without Brandon Ingram, it's a huge loss. Luka and them boys are going to be ready. Christian Wood's going to have a field day because I really don't think Zion's going to play with this new injury, this hip contusion. Guys, I really like the Mavericks -4.5. Now, I have to make it an average pick because we don't know the stats of Zion. And maybe the Mavericks lay an egg here. I can't come fully confident to the table. But I got the Mavericks -4.5 here. Next up, we have the LA Clippers taking on the OKC Thunder. Clippers are -9.5. And they're favored by -9.5 for a few reasons. First of all, the Clippers, they came off a nice win against Sacramento. They played really well in that game. And then against Phoenix, right after they laid an egg, they got blown out by the Phoenix Suns. Credit to the Suns, they played really well, pretty good ball. While the OKC Thunder, they didn't get the cover against Minnesota. They lost by 10. And the 2 big things here, SGA didn't play that game. He's not playing this game either. He is out with injury. And Josh Giddey ended up getting injured for that game too, with some, I think it was an ankle injury, and he's out this game too. That's 2 big losses for the Thunder. That's their main offense. Now for the Clippers, why you're asking me why isn't this line at 13 or 14? Paul George is out for this game. He is injured. Not feeling well. Now, Kawhi's going to play this game. That's the most important part. Kawhi's going to play. Reggie will play. John Wall will play. And that's why I like the Clippers in this game. I mean, where is Oklahoma City going to get this offense from? Trey Mann? They're going to get blown out, guys. I think the Clippers with Kawhi is enough to get this job done. Who are they going to have to stop Kawhi? Lou Dort? They got the men around them. Trust me. This will be a solid game for the Clippers. It should be a coast game. The Thunder are tanking. They got nobody. I mean, the Clippers have the depth. They got Norman Powell. They got Zubac. They got Wall. They got Jackson. They got Kawhi. They got the depth to make up for Paul George's loss. Well, what does OKC have? They have almost nothing. They played a great game against Minnesota. They played pretty decent. And played pretty good against Denver. They've been keeping teams close. This is the game where the Clippers stretch it out, especially without their main guys. I like the Clippers -9.5 as an average pick. Next up, we have the night game. We got the Golden State Warriors traveling to Phoenix to take on the Suns. The Warriors are 2.5-point underdogs here. Suns are favored at home by 2.5 points. Now, Golden State, they had a huge lead against Sacramento. I had them actually in that play against Sacramento, and Sacramento almost came back in that game. They were down like 25 as much, and then they only lost by 5 in that game. And we ended up getting the loss there, a backdoor cover. And it was quite sad to see the Warriors. They didn't play their 100%, and I think that's why they're underdog by 2.5. And another part of it is the Suns looked amazing against the Clippers. They played a great game, and they got a huge win against in LA. And now they're coming back against Golden State, and now they're 2.5-point favorites. Now, guys, when I saw this line, I was shocked. I'm like, man, we got to get Golden State right away because this team is under some fire. They're not playing good defense. Coach Kerr is going to get into them. And I think the big question really is Golden State going to get up for this game? And the answer is yes. The only thing that's holding me back slightly is Dante DiVincenzo's out. He's the only really injury. Landry Shamet is back in the lineup. He's not an injury report. But I think it won't matter. Moses Mooney and Jonathan Kuminga can pick up the slack. They got Wiggins. They got so many guys that are really talented. They match the Suns man for man, except maybe Looney with Ain, but I think it's still a pretty even matchup. And who's going to stop Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? I really don't think anyone can. They got Poole. The Warriors clearly have the better bench with Poole leading the way. I think the Warriors get the job done here. They're motivated. They saw what Denver did to them. Denver absolutely clobbered them. And now Golden State, they're going to get up for this game. And I don't even know if Phoenix's defense is enough in this one. I think the Warriors are going to win and cover this. I'm making it a money pick because I know the Warriors are going to get up for this game. They're ready for this one. Guys, give me the Warriors plus 2.5 money pick in Phoenix. So let's just take a little quick recap. My all-time record was on the screen likely for the entire video. And now we're at our picks. We got the Warriors plus 2.5. We got the Pistons. Warriors plus 2.5. That's my money pick. Average picks: Pistons plus 5.5, Clippers minus 9.5, and Mavericks minus 4.5. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you like what you seen, man, hit the like, hit the comment, man. Tell me what you think of my picks, guys. Let's get this cash. Guys, it's been a bit of a rough weekend, but we're going to respond. This is just the start of the season, and we're going to get our winning ways going. We're at 60% overall clip. That's pretty impressive. But we're going to continue to get this cash at a good clip, and these money picks are going to be better. I'll see you all next one.